episode 9 of the remake of Fist of the North Star. What did we think about it? Um, Again, I don't have much to say about this episode. I guess I have to say this though. I'm gonna this video is gonna be released a bit late. I could only watch the video yesterday, the episode. I mean yesterday, so on Sunday, and I think they're released on Friday, so a bit late. As I said, I'm on a trip, so I try to find the occasion to make these videos. It's a bit complicated. Anyway, but I don't have much to say about these episodes, the ones that we get at the moment. I guess these are not the most important episodes of the series, right? But still, I have a few things to say. The first thing that we get in the episode, and I think it's, well, the first difference to the classic series, and I think it's the most important thing that we could mention in this episode. It's the reason 𝙿𝚎 left the village. Right? In the classic series, 𝙿𝚎 says that he wanted to become someone. I think he phrased it in a way like that, as in he wanted to become a man and come back, or something like that, But in this remake, the reason that is cited is slightly different. It's it's that, so basically they all have, well, of course they don't have much food and water, and so 𝙿𝚎 is the oldest one, and so if he goes, then he won't take other people's food, so that there'd be more for them. Um, I mean, yeah, I guess I struggled a bit with it. I don't want to develop this one too much because, I guess it would be pretty exaggerated from me if I say that it's bad. I guess it kind of works. I kind of struggle with the idea that he would say that, right? So, with such a noble cause and a noble thing in his mind, he would leave that place and then become a bandit. And he looks much more evil in this, and he, it's less obvious that he's becoming good with 𝚎𝚎𝚌𝚎, let's say, in this remake than in the classic series. Made more sense to me in the classic series that he wants to become a real man, and that, so you'd think, so what is a real man? And so when you take a typical man in this chaotic world, well, you know what kind of man you get, right? The bandits, typically. And you may just simply say that he's strayed on his path, but with such a specific thing in mind, I rather struggle with it, but I guess it would be exaggerated, as I said, and I may be wrong on this, so I'm not necessarily, because it's rather a good thing. Now, we lost the thing in the classic series, though. Now we get this new version, so, well. But let's keep talking about what happens there. So it's when the 𝚎𝚎, yeah, is dying. And so 𝚎𝚎 tells him, call her mum. I guess that would be the best English equivalent. And again, you may hate me for what I'm about to say, but I struggled a bit with that. So 𝙿𝚎 felt like calling her mum. Did the other kids call her mum as well? Not sure about that, but I mean, even in the 1 point series, we talked about the fact that she has some maternal energy. Don't get me wrong, I'm completely aware of that, and that's completely fine. Okay, that's fine, but I mean, my aunt is kind of like a mum to me. I never called her mum, and if she dies in front of me, and I never called her mum, I wouldn't go, Ma, casa. Right? I'm sorry, I don't want to. I don't want to do this, but I feel like it's a bit exaggerated. Maybe I'm not the only one who exaggerates here. Tell me what you think, but to me, I think I mentioned this before, right? It's when you want to force drama, emotion onto the anime, and so you feel it's not natural. I think I mentioned this before in a video. And so you feel it because that's not what would happen in real life, and you know it. Maybe you don't think about it, but when you see the thing in the show, right, you go, yeah, I guess it's sad. Like you feel the sadness of what's going on, but then it doesn't really affect you because you can't relate to it, because that's quite a thing you couldn't relate to. That's what I felt when I saw that, So tell me what you think about that. And the last thing I want to mention is, well, Johnny, right? The name of that dude. Well, again, I don't know whether his name is ever mentioned in this remake, so maybe it was proper to the classic series. So it wasn't that bad if I butchered his name, since let's say it's not canon, not like I mind that much. But anyway, um, yeah, Kenshiro tells him to take care of Nin-Bato, right? So in the classic series, I remember it so well because I found it pretty cool, right? He told him take care of them, and he went, "No, I don't want more troubles." And he says, "Tanomu," right? And Kenshiro, he doesn't speak much. Just, please, man, come on, man. And he goes, "Okay," and that's it in the classic series. Now in this remake, all of that, yeah, all of that happened. So it's like, take care of them. No, 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 I don't want none of that. I'm not interested. And then he goes, come here. And he does this. He definitely didn't use a technique. And you're going to be dead in a month. And blah, 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 blah. And so it was a bit humoristic, I guess. But remember everything we said about these in the classic series, in the 1 point series. We lose all of them. But basically, we said that Johnny deep inside is a good dude. Those are all the episodes in which we talked about organic good God, blah blah blah. Like you may look evil, but actually you're good, and you may look good like the God army, but actually you're evil. Just like Bato, Johnny doesn't look much like a good dude. He's obliged, and that's the main thing I wanted to say. In this remake, he's obliged to protect them. So Kenshiro comes back and saves them. Again, we lose some. Is it so bad? Well, we don't have many things that happen in this episode, uh, and especially things that are different to the classic series. I would hardly say that it's a bad episode and the things that happen are bad, but again, as usual, we don't have much great stuff, and we lose the things that we had in the classic series. Well, as usual, tell me what you think.